Hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. I'm Jami Ballentine Dolby, and I'm joined by Amber Klear and Taylor Symone Harris. Hey, ladies, how was your summer?
Good. Hi, Jamie. It's good to see you.
Yes, good seeing you too. Amber, well, you're looking good, and I know like summer is behind us, and for some people it's pumpkin spice season, but what are you loving right now?
I am absolutely loving the campfires and the changing of the leaves and everything that comes with fall, including the fresh start. That's what it is, my fresh start fall.
Okay. Taylor, Symone, what are you loving these days?
Yes, what I'm loving it is the start of the fall festivities here in St. Louis. We just had the balloon race and glow and the Taste of St. Louis. So I'm looking forward to Oktoberfest that's coming up and also the International Film Festival that will be here in St. Louis.
Yes, both exciting. And I'm not a big Halloween fan, but I'm out to redeem myself for trunk or treat. So I am here for the fall festivities and to show the PTO moms that I'm the best to do it. So that's what I'm loving right now.
Okay.
We are excited to have you, Taylor Symone. So welcome. And when we return, we'll learn about how the Regional Business Council is helping build the future of St. Louis by cultivating a homegrown base of young professionals. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my two little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. Our guest today has a passion for promoting awareness and workforce development within underserved communities. Her desire to bring opportunities to those who are less fortunate led her to create this STL.works Skilled Workforce Mentoring Program, an initiative of the Regional Business Council. From educating our youth to workforce development and creating a homegrown talent pipeline, we're going to cover it all. So please welcome Vonda Cotton.
Yay.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
How are you doing, Vonda? It's really good to have you on and really learn about STL.works. I know we all know what the Regional Business Council does, and it caters to the local businesses and making sure that we're retaining businesses and gaining businesses. But STL.works is making sure they're having the workers and the pipeline. Explain to us what STL.works does.
Well, let me start by, explaining what the Regional Business Council is also about and how it all ties in with the initiative. The Regional Business Council is a nonprofit organization, and our president, of course, is Ms. Kathy Osborne. That's our president and CEO. And it's a consortium of 100 plus presidents and CEOs of some of the largest companies here in the St. Louis region. We act on high impact business, civic, philanthropic affairs for the betterment of the St. Louis region. Obviously, talent and talent development is terribly important to us, and we have a number of initiatives in those areas. We have the Mentor Network. We mentor college juniors and seniors who are interested in entering the world of engineering and business in the St. Louis area, which is really exciting. We have Young Professionals Network. We have more than 3,500 diverse professionals between the ages 21 through 40, representing over 700 companies. The goal is for them to create personal and professional connections allowing them to flourish. The next in line will be the executive leadership. That's for Black and Brown owned businesses. We have CEOs that are paired with RBC members to build the capacity of Black and Brown-owned businesses, above all, advancing racial and economic equity in the region. And we have the SVP, which is Social Venture Partners. That's a group of business professionals and foundations that invest in nonprofit focused on education opportunities for youth to build capacity for sustainable futures. And last but not least is STL.works, and which was launched in 2019 to address the growing workforce crisis in our region, and also to bring awareness opportunities of access to high-paying skilled careers with less expensive training and certification options that don't necessarily require a four-year degree.
So we talk about the workforce crisis, and I know it's been an issue really across the country, but how has that affected the St. Louis area primarily, and what made the Regional Business Council kind of say, you know what, we're going to do STL.works, and how the mentoring program was grown out of that?
Well, actually, the STL.works, as I mentioned, was launched in 2019. I came on board a year and about 2 months ago. Dr. Art McCoy is the champion and leader of STL.works. He draws an extensive background in education and skilled workforce as far as career pathways. He oversees all aspects of STL.works on behalf of the Regional Business Council and its members, and collaborates with over 100 partners in the St. Louis area, which represents over 90 organizations. That includes educational and training institutions, local and state government officials, business leaders, wraparound service providers, and the broader St. Louis community. And under his leadership, STL.works and myself as the School to Work coordinator, I bring about skilled career pathways directly in the region schools to communicate to counselors, teachers, students, the importance of skilled careers and the opportunities that await them. Now, the goal basically is to ensure that every student is aware of the full spectrum of educational and career opportunities that are available here in St. Louis. And additionally, Dr. McCoy, he recruited many of our partners and other industry professionals to accompany me to the schools to speak as experts on pathways into their industries, also to serve as mentors, the students who are interested in job seeking in those career pathways. We're talking healthcare, public safety, advanced manufacturing, technology, and the trades.
Thank you. Amber, I know that you are big, passionate about St. Louis professionals and making sure kind of we highlight some things in St. Louis that a lot of people don't know. Did you have a question for Vonda?
Vonda, I think it's so important you're going into these high schools and making sure that these kids know the options they have. How do you compete with the allure of going to college and the false promises sometimes that college has with you'll make more money if you go to college versus the trades?
What we created was STL.works skilled workforce mentoring program. So basically, the program connects the students from the St. Louis Public Schools with the region's skilled career professionals and their companies. The program was originally launched at Sumner High School. That was just a pilot. What we did was we piloted the program to see how successfully it will be. And we did that with 15 of the Sumner High School students this past summer. Students were paired with industry professionals at our partnering companies, which was BJC, McCarthy, AT&T, Boeing, and Perrick, as well as St. Louis County Fire and Police Department. The program took 500
companies.
Yes. And the program actually took place at Urban League, which is one of our member companies as well, over on North Kings Highway. It's centrally located near the students' neighborhoods. So the students participated in hands-on demonstrations, job shadowing, work samples, simulations, mini seminars, group projects, and more. We recruited a counselor by the name of Ms. Deborah Cashmere. She served as our program liaison. She assists in recruiting the students and overseeing the program with the support of myself. The program actually ran for 6 weeks, and the program was only 1 day a week, and the students came to that location over at the Urban League on North Kings Highway. And 1 day a week, we went to go visit those companies that I just mentioned for the job shadowing experience.
Not individually.
Individually, one day a week, we went to visit to those site visits. That's correct.
Cool.
Yes, it was absolutely amazing to see some of the students undecided about their careers upon entering the program. And then some of them decided to switch the career path once they was exposed to the construction sites at McCarthy, as well as BJC, going into the autopsy room, which I didn't go into, by the way. But definitely, a lot of them switched over to health careers. So that's one of the things that we bring exposure to and awareness about these skilled careers. The program concluded with a graduation luncheon that was held at Urban League's Ferguson Community Empowerment Center. We had over 40 people in attendance, and this included not only the participants, but also family members.
That's
and
awesome.
The students, they received words of encouragement from our guest speakers and certificates of completion, as well as a gift card.
Thank you so much, Vonda. We still have so much to talk about, but we need to take a quick break. Please stay with us. When we return, we'll have more with Vonda Cotton.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. We're talking with Vonda Cotton, the School to Work Coordinator for STL.works, an initiative of the Regional Business Council. Vonda, you are doing some amazing, amazing work at STL.works. I really can't wait to learn more about what you do.
Yes, Ms. Vonda, I would love to ask you, as an HBCU graduate of the illustrious Harris-Stowe State University, and I'm also an HBCU grad of Hampton University, I would love for you to share with the students that watch, why did you choose to attend a HBCU, and why is it so important to attend a HBCU?
Well, I have to say, it was a challenge coming from a diverse and underprivileged community myself. College wasn't in the forefront to begin with, but I had a mentor. And of course, great parents as well. But my mentor was the one who put in front of me or allowed me a seat at the table to project my future and say, hey, you have an opportunity to make some things happen because you have a good personality, you're smart, you can make this thing happen. I believe in you, basically. That's what she said. And of course, Harris-Stowe was my number one pick, and that's where I got my bachelor's degree from. I am a product of the St. Louis Public Schools as well. And would like to say that, the reason why is because it was part of my upbringing and it was in the neighborhood in which I lived. So it was something that was close and dear to me. And then I had family members that actually attended Harris-Stowe and other HBCUs. So I was destined to walk that path. I had no choice. How about that? And I'm glad that I did it.
Yes, thank you for
I know you both made Madam President, Dr. Colin Smith, very proud with that one.
Yes.
So when you talked about having that special mentor, is that how the mentoring program was born with STL.works? Tell us more about that.
Well, the STL.works Mentor Skill Workforce Mentoring Program was actually born during one of our STL.works partnership meetings. Where we pretty much break out into subcommittees, where we break the breakout rooms for those subcommittees in those 4 industry sectors, except for public safety. But to make a long story short, the conversation came up with those CEOs, presidents, and some of the directors, executive directors, people who hold those positions talked about, hey, we need to be a little bit more intense and more impactful in the schools instead of just bringing awareness and offering, internship opportunities and, just speaking about the career opportunities within skilled careers. How about we create a mentoring program? And that was one of the reasons why the Sumner pilot kicked off. And because of its success, we were able to customize mentoring program. That way it allows the educators or the counselors to customize the program as they see fit. For example, Hawthorne Leadership for Girls, School Leadership for Girls actually is doing a career fair November the 18th, and they would like all 5 industry represented doing that career fair and have, simulations, a lot of hands-on experience for those students to be exposed to those career paths. So it all depends. Some of the schools say, hey, we want a speaker to come in every month. And then we also want to schedule tours. We also interested for our juniors and seniors to start the application process, get involved in some training, some summer internship opportunities. So it's really customized to fit the need of the schools. And, that's one of the reasons why we started it. We want to be a little bit more intact and impactful and intentional with our message about the awareness around these careers.
Well, I hope that you know what a positive impact you have on the community as a whole, because there is a huge ripple effect, not only for these students and for these businesses, but it goes out to their friends and the community. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Amber.
With all of the work, I know that workforce development and making sure we're creating these different pipelines for our youth, is there also some focus from the regional business councils to say, how do we keep these skilled workers in St. Louis and in our region? Do they feel kind of more obligated to stay here, or do they feel like, you know what, St. Louis can be my forever home after receiving those skills?
Well, the thing is, when it comes to presenting the STL.works and the initiatives that I spoke of initially when I first started about the mentoring network, the youth professional network, executive leadership, and social venture partners, as well as STL.works, all of those initiatives are about bringing about change and producing, or better yet, bringing awareness in conjunction with other facets of operations. Hoping, or better yet, bringing the message to pursuing those careers here in St. Louis and staying in St. Louis, which is most important. So we definitely make sure we discuss it or have that conversation as we bring awareness about these initiatives, especially STL.works, that in hopes that our companies are located here in the St. Louis region. So more than likely, you're going to remain here and flourish in whatever career you decide to pursue. The thing with STL.works workforce mentoring program is the fact that we have students who participated in the mentoring program who are now walking that pathway into those careers. They have mentors that they stay connected to throughout that process. And we're talking about, that was just August the 1st when we had the completion or the graduation luncheon. And many of them are still connected and pursuing careers in the multiple industries right now. So I'm very excited about that, to see their futures flourish here in St. Louis and hear their success stories.
Is STL.works open to all St. Louis public school students now?
Well, it's funny you say that. It is actually, me as the school to work coordinator, I bring that awareness from K through 12. Although since I've been here, the main focus, or better yet, some of the focus have been on high school students, especially because we know the juniors and seniors are next in line to enter the workforce arena. So no, it's open to not only students, I would say also the parents, family members. So there are programs that are available to family members, and also I go out into the community. So it's not always in the school setting. So to answer your question, St. Louis public schools, county, even private, my phone is ringing off the hook now to implement the mentoring program. So my hands are full, but in a good way.
So I love that you're building such a strong network and like a rooting system for people to stay in the St. Louis area. What do you think makes a good mentor for these kids?
Well, definitely an individual who are someone that they can identify with, which is very important to me, because we're definitely about diversity, inclusion, and equity. So therefore, when I ask for speakers to accompany me to these to the schools, or to have workplace visits, or become mentors to the students, it's very important that it's someone that they can identify with, someone that looks like them, someone who has a story that they can relate to. So it's very important that this individual is an expert at what they do. So it's easy to communicate and be very transparent with their communication and their language. Because we have to think about the cultural differences from someone who's a CEO versus a 15, 16-year-old that's coming from Wellston. So that's a huge gap. So definitely making sure that that communication and that cultural competency is definitely put into place.
Thank you so much, Vonda. One quick thing, when is there a graduation from STL.works, or do they transition into members of the Regional Business Council? What's that transition like for those students?
Well, the Sumner pilot program just ended in August. And so as far as a graduation, as I mentioned, they did have a graduation luncheon that was held over in Ferguson, Florissant at the Urban League Empowerment Center. So yes, we definitely will make sure that there is an event at the end of the year. However, we haven't, pretty much discussed the ins and outs of that, but we know there will be a celebration. It has to be one. That's so important to celebrate the success, and actually not only celebrating the success, but also the beginning of something that's going to lead to financial freedom. So we definitely want to make sure that we celebrate that. So I have to say it will be. Unfortunately, I don't have any details for you on that now because we're still pretty much unpacking that.
Well, make sure we're there, because I really want to salute these young people and really what STL.works is doing. And I look forward to them becoming members of Leadership 100 or really transitioning into, full members of the Regional Business Council. I think the transition will be natural for sure.
Thank you. We welcome that.
Vonda, thank you so much for joining us today. Before we say goodbye, please tell our viewers where they can learn more about the STL.works program.
Well, definitely you can go to STL.works. That's not a .com or .org, just STL.works. And actually you can call 314-225-2100 and ask for Vonda Cotton. And I look forward to hearing from you all very soon. And thank you so much for having me. I'm very grateful and humble for this opportunity.
Thank you. Stay with us. There's more. Let's talk when we return. That was amazing what STL.works and the Regional Business Council is doing. And you know what? I had to say, I was happy to see Taylor Symone work that hair stove connection in. That's where I got my start. I won't tell you how many years ago, but it was a thing.
Yes.
I love my H. I won't do it.
Yeah.
Yes. We have to teach you to chant, Amber.
I'm here for it. I love how integral this is in the community to keep people rooted here. And not only that, like coming from experience, a business mentorship with a young person is so important to how they develop in their career.
I love that. I mean, coming from somebody who worked in higher ed, and I also know that higher ed isn't the only path, and it's not the right path for everybody. So I appreciate them kind of recognizing and really giving another option for those young people.
Yeah.
I was excited that I got her to share kind of a little bit of her HBCU experience, just highlighting that and letting students know that, it's okay to go to a HBCU, also to be educated. And also I would love that the mentoring program is highlighting, healthcare, manufacturing, technology, skilled trades, and public safety. Those are all industries that I think that people would definitely benefit from. So it was just good to know that we have working programs and benefits for our St. Louis family. So yes.
I really do like that. There was a program similar to when I was in high school some decades ago. But it was so weird. It was kind of like we were on our own. We just picked an industry and we just went there and worked, but there was no real follow-up. It was a great experience. I remember saying I wanted to be a teacher. And so I got to go to the school and I realized like 2 weeks in, this was not for me. So I think it's great for those students to really be able to try that out early, and maybe they'll decide that's the industry or they have an opportunity to switch it. So I think that's really amazing. Unfortunately, we are out of time. We'd like to thank our guest, Vonda Cotton with STL.works, and thank you for joining us. The show may be over, but you can always find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And visit us at STLTV.net. I'm Jami Ballentine Dolby. For Amber Klear and Taylor Symone Harris, we'll see you next time on Let's Talk. You want to do it again? Amber was drinking.
Oh, sorry. I'm drinking.
Yeah, I'm so nervous, but I'm going to make it work.
You're doing fine.
All my notes are I just moved the notes out the way. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go in and do this.
When I come back to, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Used to being on Zoom, Lainey. I've been in the studio in about 6 months. That was good. That was a good flow.
Really good.